What is up, everybody? In this video I just want to make, I remember a really not super long but pretty long time ago I did a video about which main JoJos are top or bottom. In this video I'm gonna follow that up with which villains are top or bottom. So first we're gonna start off with part 1 Dio. Part 1 Dio's a top. That's not even a question. Come on now. How is he a bottom in any way? He forced his way with Arena. He's a vampire. The dude had literally probably like hundreds of people just following him, including all those women. Like, part 1 Dio is an easy top. It's not even a question. I can't remember anything submissive or like anything that makes Dio from part 1 feel like a bottom. I'd say yeah, the dude is definitely a top for sure. After that is Cars. I can talk about the other Pillarman if you want, but in this one I'll talk about Cars, and I'll go over the other Pillarman really quick. But first, let's just go over AC/DC. I think AC/DC is probably a bottom. I mean, we saw him crying and all that bull, and Wamu was probably like a top. I say Wamu is a top. He's a warrior. He kind of reminds me of Android 16. Cars. I think he's a top. I mean, he is the ultimate life form. He's the true ultimate life form, Shadow. But I think he is a top. I would say, I can't think of anything. He literally grabbed Lisa's legs and was like, wee 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 wee. He was like playing like a guitar. And him and AC/DC unalived their whole race, basically. Those two. But AC/DC's a crybaby. Cars, I can't remember him crying. And you know, the dude saved a puppy over 2 humans. I mean, that's just peak right there, if you ask me. That's just peak. I mean, come on now, bruh. He tried to let the flower live, you know. Cars definitely strokes me as the top kind of guy, you know. I can't see Cars being anything else. I mean, he is the ultimate life form. The dude comes back. He's not even dead. He's not even dead. He's alive still. He's gotta be alive still, okay? He just lost his mind. He's gone mentally, but after Cars is part 3 Dio. Now, I think part 3 Dio is not, I mean, it really depends, because part 3 Dio is like part 6 Dio. Technically, it's like the same thing, I'm pretty sure, because obviously he dies in part 3, and before that he goes to Egypt, and you know, he meets Pucci in Egypt. Now Pucci, we'll get into Pucci later, but with that, part 3 Dio and Pucci, Dio, I mean, I don't know. I think part 3 Dio, just because it depends. If part 3 Dio is with Pucci, he can go bottom or top. He can go bottom or top. He can be a power bottom. He can be top. It can go either way with Pucci if he's around Pucci. But if he's just around, you know, anybody else, literally anybody else, even, you know, the Vanilla Ice dude, or literally anybody else, Darby, Dio's gonna be a top. He's gonna be a top. I mean, come on now. But if he's around Pucci, I think can go both ways. So you can do with that what you will. But I think I would say Dio is a top in part 3 for the most part, until Pucci comes around. And if Pucci's like, hey, I want to be top, Dio will be like, okay, you mean so much to me, you know. So after part 3 Dio is Yoshikage Kira. Yoshikage Kira. I don't know, man. I don't know, because he was a bit shy around Shinobu at first, but he did eventually come around. He was like giving her kisses goodbyes and stuff like that. He did come around to come into his own later on, but at first he wasn't super adamant. You know, he wasn't the guy like that. Yoshikage Kira is definitely a tough one to say. I don't think he's a bottom, though. He doesn't strike me as one. He'd have to be a bit more on the like, kind of side, you know. Like Koichi's a bottom. You know what I mean? Come on now. Yoshikage Kira, I think maybe he can go either way. It depends on how comfortable he is, or if he's, you know, if he's gone Patrick Bateman mode, if he's just gone crazy, you know. I'd say he's a top most of the time, though. I would give Yoshikage Kira that. I'd give him the top right there. Pause. But after Yoshikage Kira is Diavolo and Doppio. Doppio's a bottom. I mean, I'm just gonna say that right now. Doppio, you're a bottom. You know, not to be that guy who's just like, oh, why you do Doppio like that, bro? Come on, nah. Doppio didn't do nothing to you, bro. But Doppio's a bottom. I'm sorry, man. You're a bottom, Doppio. No hard feelings. And that's tough, man. That's tough. And Doppio's a bottom because, I mean, he gets told what to do by Diavolo clearly all the time. Like Doppio's cool, you know. That's the boy, you know. That's my boy, but he's definitely a bottom. Diavolo, definitely a top. These two are fairly easy to like say, oh, top or bottom, because Diavolo, I mean, come on now. He's telling everyone what to do. The dude is secretive. He's breaking stuff. His little fish head stand is getting angry and stuff, man. He seems like an abuser, to be honest, but Diavolo's a top. Doppio's a bottom. After that is Pucci. Pucci, again, is a tough case because I want to say Pucci's a bottom, but at the same time, that man is not doing anything like that. I mean, he's a priest. He cannot be doing that. But if he was, I would say Pucci is he's only gonna probably be doing stuff with Dio, right? With Dio, and with part 3 Dio, I said he can go either way with Pucci only. But if we're talking about other people with Dio, he's always a top. But with Pucci, he could be bottom or top. Now Pucci, I mean, Pucci, I'll say he can go either way because him and Dio show signs of both being bottom and top. The stuff they say to each other, I mean, Pucci asking him constant questions and Dio being like, oh, I was scared of losing you, and Pucci saying that he loves Dio like he loves God. I mean, that's pretty wild, especially for a priest. So, not only do I think Pucci is a top, I think he's also a bottom for Dio. I think they switch. They switch, you know. They, you know, switch out every so often, I'm sure. After Pucci is Funny Valentine. Funny Valentine, I think, is a top. Even though his wife is bisexual or whatever, I think he's still a top because I remember her saying something about how Funny Valentine charmed her. He rizzed her up while playing the guitar with his feet. So, I mean, that right there is impressive as it is. That just shows masculinity right there. Funny Valentine just showing off why he's the man. Clearly, he's the man, you know. And I don't get any like bottom vibes from Funny Valentine. Like, Funny Valentine is, for one, I can't see him. Oh, we can't also forget what he did with Lucy. I mean, come on, man. Come on, bro. Why? Why, Funny Valentine? Why? But I wouldn't say Funny Valentine's a bottom. I definitely think he's a top. Because, I mean, come on now. Bro is crazy for one. And after is part 8. You guys let me know what you think Toru is, if he's a bottom or a top, and explain your reason down there too. And I don't know who the main villain for part 9 is, if you want to comment that as well down below too. Before you guys go, I also want to let you know that I'm probably going to start doing Jojo chapter readings soon. If you guys want that, I might make like a poll about it just to be like, hey, do you guys want me to read Jojo chapters? I just have to find a way to like edit that in a way that it doesn't get taken down or something, because I don't know about how copyright works for manga readings and stuff like that, but I will react to it and read it, because that sounds really fun. That sounds really like a lot of fun. But you guys let me know down below if you do want to see that, or if you want to see that, but because I can do that every week as well. But that's gonna be it for this video, guys. Hope you enjoyed this one. Peace.
Yeah.